she knew it was him. She'd listened in on one of his phone calls to her uncle Boris, another member of the Shifter Council. The accounts she'd heard of Anton Alexander focused on his power and strength. No one had mentioned his beauty. Yet how could anyone ignore the exoticness of the millennium-old shifter? Black streaks etched his golden eyes, giving him an evocative edge, and his black hair with its thick strip of blonde locks tucked behind one ear lent him a trendy look. Anton wasn't a model, though. He was power personified. He knew it, too. Nix recognized the way Anton held himself, as if he was better than everyone else. His regal cheekbones, full lips, and straight-nosed enhanced his perfect image. He could pass himself off as a god. She'd believe him if he told her he'd step down from the heavens, and if he told her to kneel before him.
"Did you come here in response to an ad?"
Anton's raised brow implied his annoyance with her silence. Nix's breath rushed out. She'd been holding it, lost in Anton's black and gold eyes. "Yes. I waited at the front door for some time, but nobody escorted me to you."
"Who would? I have no staff."
Her uncle Boris had shared that fact. Whereas most council members had, at the minimum, a butler, Anton lived alone in this large home. Every employee had quit or died. "I assumed you'd greet me."
"You assumed wrong."
Anton turned his back on her and walked across the large room to a cluttered oak desk situated catty corner to the fireplace. He flipped over several sheets of paper and closed the lid of a laptop before facing her.
"I did not request a female."
No, he'd solicited a secretary, any species or sex who could take notes. That was it. No other requirements pertaining to experience or training. The posting should have appealed to shifters across the nation, especially with the generous salary and housing offered. Yet the ad he'd placed had remained open for nearly a year. "I didn't get a say in my gender either, but here I am, a female." Nix smiled. Maybe her grin was a tad cocky. Too many of Boris's friends and business associates had drooled over her not to make her feel confident in her appearance and her power over men. Not that her sexuality mattered in this situation. Rumor had it Anton didn't take lovers. Leaning against the desk, Anton crossed his arms over his chest. The loosely rolled sleeves of his faded blue dress shirt exposed muscled forearms, and his unbuttoned collar showed a glimpse of smooth pecs. Most royal males had little body hair and perfect physiques. They appeared as if sculpted from marble. Nix kept her gaze firmly locked on Anton's face in an effort to stop herself from checking out his groin. Rumor also had it royal males had been blessed with huge cocks, too. It'd be best if she didn't learn the gossip was true. With her hormones raging, she didn't care why she'd entered this house. She hungered. Anton could meet her needs. She instinctually knew that. He would shatter her, bringing her to an orgasm that would leave her trembling. The primitive side of her wanted that. The rest of her understood how devastating that'd be. Emotions weakened a woman. So did sharing a bond to a mate. Soon she'd be safe from both fates. She couldn't wait. On a slow, heated appraisal, Anton swept his gaze over Nix's body. Her skin warmed under the suggestive perusal even though there wasn't much for Anton to see. Her long A-line skirt hid her curves, while the loose, shapeless jacket she'd buttoned over her blouse concealed the swell of her breasts. She'd spent days agonizing over what to wear for this meeting. Every article of clothing she'd chosen was either black or dark gray, too. She'd wanted to appear innocent and unobtrusive, someone Anton would ignore as he went about his day. Nothing would hide her flushed cheeks or the scent of her arousal, however. She could smell her desire as easily as Anton would. How could she not react to Anton's interest? The man was literally a walking sex god. Or maybe the great-grandchild of one.
"I can see that."
Anton's slightly parted lips showed a hint of fang, a clear sign she triggered his primal side, too.
"But I honestly expect whores to show a little more skin."
Nix sucked in a sharp breath. She took a backward step into the hallway. Never had she been called by such a derogatory name. The men in her life treated her as a princess, even if she was a nobody.